This month is National Donor Awareness Month, National Minority Donor Awareness Month, excuse me, and we are shining a light on a critical need for organ donations from minority communities. So here to talk about it is the Executive Director of LifeLink, Hope Weed, joining us on the stream. Hope, thank you so much for being here. I gotta say, it's nice to kind of have a name twin in the way. My name is Faith, your Hope. People always call me Hope, so it's nice to actually see an actual Hope. We also have a Grace here, so
Oh, nice. I have actually been called Faith before myself, so we
yeah.
should work well together.
I absolutely love it. Well, we truly appreciate you coming on. I think it's such an important topic and one that we need to get that information out there. So, a question that I just asked my producer when I knew that we were doing this segment was, what is the need for minority organ donors from minority communities? When I hear a question like this, I wonder, isn't an organ just an organ? Does it matter where that person comes from? Why is it important for this push for those in minority communities to donate their organs?
Sure. So nationally, there's, already over 100,000 people waiting for a transplant. If we could break it down to Georgia specifically, there are more than 3,000 Georgians who are waiting for a kidney transplant alone. Nearly 62% of people on Georgia's transplant waiting list are Black, and more than 74% of everyone waiting on the transplant wait list in Georgia comes from a minority community. So it really brings it home to the significance and of why we need to have more registered donors to make that commitment to leaving a legacy behind to help others that are in need as well.
And then, is there specific importance as to having donors from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds? What purpose does that serve, and why is that important?
Sure. So minority communities, they're disproportionately affected by uh, conditions, like diabetes, high blood pressure, and that can often lead to organ failure, and that increases the need for transplants. So anyone can actually donate an organ. However, patients often have better chances finding a compatible match with someone who shares a similar ethnic background. So here again, that's why we definitely want to increase donor registration amongst the communities and especially among minority populations and leave that legacy where to learn more about it, just go to mystorycontinues.com.
And it's true too. And this is a question that I just for clarity, those if you register to be an organ donor, of course, when you pass, that means that your organs will be donated for someone in need. However, when it comes to organ donations, is it true that any race can donate to any other race or ethnic background, or is it better to have an organ donated from someone else who is Black for a Black woman, for instance? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. What are you all seeing?
Sure. So anyone can be a donor. You can donate to any ethnic background. It's more or less based on some blood type testing, in addition to just a blood type of, A or B, what people think of. There's some antigens that go into that. So it's more or less, does your blood match up? Is
Okay.
the organ going to be accepted? Um, and it's not all based on ethnicity. So there is a list. We definitely say it can help be more compatible. And with so many minorities that are on the list, it definitely helps when you have more of the minority community sign up to be registered donors.
Okay, so it's really based on blood. That so on the medical sense, but it could be more compatible if you come from a similar ethnic background sometimes.
Correct. There's a
Okay.
lot of testing that goes into it. Blood testing, it's a whole process, shall we say. But ethnicity, sex, age, those are not specific individual determinations if someone can accept an organ or donate.
Absolutely. And we know that some people are get the news that they need an organ, tomorrow or needed it 2 weeks ago, and they're so far down on the list, and this is a life or death situation. Here in Georgia specifically, what are we seeing when it comes to the need of those who need life saving organs? And let's talk about our neighbors and minority communities. Is that need being met right now?
No, I think, if it was being met, we wouldn't have 3,000 people that are on that wait list. And that's why we strive to get education out. That's the significance as well of National Minority Donor Awareness Month is bringing significance and awareness to the education of what donation is, what it is for the caregivers, the donors, giving them honor, the donor families, bringing light to the whole process of organ donation and how you can maximize the gift of life. One organ donor can actually save or have a life enhancing organ for 8 people.
Oh, wow.
And that's just for organ donation. If you include tissue in there, it's greater than 75 people potentially. So one person can help, you know, transplant others and reduce that transplant wait list. Georgia is definitely of a high need. Um, and it's, like I said, high blood pressure, diabetes, that often can affect the organs. And it is evident by the fact that we have about 3,500 people that are in need of a heart, lung, liver, kidney, pancreas. But out of that 3,500, a little over 3,000 need kidneys.
And then for somebody who might be interested in registering to be an organ donor, can anybody of any age or condition register to be an organ donor?
Yes, anybody can. It does not matter your age. We will welcome all and encourage everyone to sign up to be a registered donor. And it is truly a selfless decision, and it is leaving a legacy behind. And that is why we say mycontinues.com. Go there, learn about donation and how to sign up to be a registered donor.
And you were in my head because that was going to be my next question for people that need more information. Where do they go? But I'll switch it up a little bit. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you would like for our communities to know?
No, I think you hit all of the high points, and we reiterated, just the constant need and the organ donation. It provides hope to those potential recipients. It's a domino effect, if you will. And it just, for people who sit on a waiting list, especially for kidneys, when they go to dialysis 3 days a week and being told that news, and if it's your, mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your children, just when you get the news, to know that people do sign up to be donors, they are selfless in that decision, the impact and the hope that it brings others.
Well, you said it right, Miss Hope Weed, bringing hope to others. We truly
Thank
appreciate
you,
it. You see
Faye.
what I did there?
I liked it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. For those of you watching, we'll be posting this full interview online at 11alive.com. Please share it with your friends and family so that we can have fill this need, fill this gap, fill this need, so that when somebody is in need, they can get that life-saving treatment, that life-saving organ, so that they can enjoy their lives with their loved ones a little bit longer. Let's